Alright, so as you can see, I've written the first chapter, and from what I see so far, I'm pretty happy with what's come out. I'm pretty excited about a few parts that are coming up, so I was surprised at how quickly I got through it. And now I stopped at the first chapter for a couple of reasons. Before I get really in-depth into the book, and I need to analyze the first chapter to see and make sure that I'm consistently staying on a certain few points. For example, the tense that I'm taking. Is it the past tense? Is it the present tense? How's the structure looking? Am I writing in the first person? Am I writing in the third person? What kind of position am I taking in my writing? So by looking through this and reading through the first chapter myself, I know how the reader is going to see it. And I'll know now, okay, this is exactly how I want my book to sound to the reader. Or maybe I'm taking a little bit too much of a past tense and maybe I want to express this point or express these kind of things in the present tense, or maybe even talk about future tense in some aspects. So now's the time where you go back and you just read through and decide right now, how's the rest of the book going to be? Because once we make this decision, we won't be going back and analyzing anything until the book is finished. So take the time, read through, don't worry about spelling mistakes, don't worry about grammar mistakes either. That's not what we're doing. We're just trying to establish the writing style and how the reader is going to feel about it. Now, of course, you are biased because it is your book, but you if you're going to be an author, you really need to be able to step outside a little bit and analyze your own work without being too hard on yourself, because we right now we're just trying to move forward, but we want to make sure we're moving forward in the best way. So, like I said, just read through it. Don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about grammar. Does it sound how you want it to sound, how you envision it to sound? What changes would you make? And after you've come to this kind of understanding, make the changes if you have to. Don't worry about spelling, grammar. We're just make the changes about how you want it to sound. And don't spend more than 20 minutes doing this, because if you spend much more time, you'll never keep going forward. So make the changes you have to make. Then after that, keep writing your book. Go to second chapter, third chapter, fourth chapter. Write the changes of the book until you're finished with it. Now, the time it takes for you to write a book varies greatly. I'm not even going to guess how long it'll take you to write yours. But take the time to do it right the first time. So if it takes you 3 weeks, great. If it takes you a month, fine, no problem. If it takes you 2 months, hey, that's no problem. It's your story, your book. If I do have a suggestion though. Being your first book and being what's popular in Kindle, don't write a novel. Now in the last video we discussed about what novels, how many words there were to a novel. That's just really too much of a time commitment to give on your first book. For me, I'm going to try to keep my book under 100 pages and see how much information I can get without going over 100 pages. So just look into it, try your best, and remember, Microsoft Word, if you're using Word, 1 page in Word is probably about 2 or maybe 3 pages in Kindle, because it's much bigger, and I'd say about 2 paragraphs, maybe 1.25, maybe, I don't know, is about 1 page in Kindle publishing. So don't write too much for your first book. Just get your story out and make it sound how you want it to sound. So this will be my last video for a little while until our books are finished. I will check in each week and kind of give you a little bit of an update what's going on with me. But for the most part, right now, you're pretty much on your own. Keep writing. If you have any questions, please visit us on the forum at MakeMoneyBuzz.com forums. And I'll be happy to help you in any way that I can. In the meantime, good luck writing, have fun with it, and see you in a couple weeks.